Olá, boa noite. O Exou Biribó, hoje com o vídeo 8 de Broken Sword 3, o Despertar do Dragão. Ontem, Nico e George se reencontraram no castelo e descobriram que Bruno será agora levado para o Egito por Sussaro e Petra para liberar a energia do dragão. De volta a Paris, Lobineau explicou para eles sobre a Ordem de São Estevão, que justamente aquela que Sussaro acha que tem a chave de Salomão. Daí o George vai atrás dessa ordem, voltando a Montfaucon. Enquanto isso, Nico e Lobineau ficam buscando informações sobre o lugar exato do Egito em que o Sussaro iria para fazer o experimento com a energia do dragão. E agora está em reforma aquela igreja que ele atuou da outra vez.
Ah, the Montfaucon manhole. Happy memories. I couldn't lift a big iron cover like that with my bare hands. In the open tool bag, I could see a sewer key.
Hey, monsieur! Leave those tools alone!
Me? Oh, I was just admiring them.
Well, do it from further away!
The mustache, the attitude, the ass hanging out of the pants. It was the same guy I'd met years ago at the bombed-out cafe. Of course, back then I was still in Fighting Evil Conspiracies Junior League. Hi, how you doing?
Ha! Ça va? As long as we don't have another earthquake.
Well, you should be safe here, by the old church.
You're joking! Look at it!
But it's medieval.
Medieval? Shoddy, you mean? Should be torn down and replaced with something modern.
Really?
Something nice in concrete and steel. Built to be earthquake-proof.
You think there's gonna be more quakes?
Of course! And look at all that rubble. The thing's a death trap. Wait a minute. You seem very familiar to me, monsieur.
Me? Oh, I doubt it.
But of course! You're the guy who gave me that racing tip!
Oh, right, so I am.
That horse made a fortune for me. Turned my whole life around.
Guess I'm just a natural.
It's a gift, monsieur. A gift.
But how come you're still digging up roads?
I've got my own company now, monsieur. And a drill. See? Not a pick. If you have any more tips like that one...
You'll be the first to know. What exactly are you doing here?
These damned earthquakes are screwing everything up. There's plenty of stuff underground needs fixing after that last shock.
So you're digging a hole for the utilities guys to get to the damage?
That's it. And the sooner we're out of here, the happier I'll be.
You said we. I don't see anybody else working.
My workmate, Alphonse, is snoring up a storm in the cab of my truck.
Why isn't he helping you?
Medical exemption. He's got a piece of paper from his doctor saying he is clinically seismophobic.
He's afraid of earthquakes?
Just so, monsieur.
And you believe it?
You can't argue with a piece of paper, can you?
E é verdade, quem não tem medo de terremotos?
So, how did you end up with this Alphonse guy?
Positive discrimination. We have to take on a set number of cowardly idiots every year.
I was just wondering, that sewer key you have there.
No,
I haven't even asked yet.
you were going to. You got a thing about sewers, haven't you?
Well, yeah, maybe, but...
My old sewer key went missing after our last meeting.
Hey, don't forget, I gave you that winning horse.
True. So, get me another winner, and I'll let you make free with my toolbox.
Some hope. I'd have to think of another way of getting it.
O cara não pode trabalhar, mas está dormindo ali no caminhão. Não pode sair.
The guy was sleeping like a baby. Hey, you! I'd seen dead people with more life in him than this guy. A little old lady was sitting by the urinal, or pissoir, as the French call them. I guessed she was some kind of concierge. Hi, how are you?
Alive, thank God.
I know the feeling. Nice view of Montfaucon Square you've got here.
What's the point of a view when life's not worth a sou?
Hey, you're not one of those crazy hip-happening street poets, are you?
Don't be ridiculous, monsieur. Look after a pissoir.
Have you met that road worker over there?
Bah! That dog comes over here willy-nilly taking advantage of my facilities.
Isn't that what your, facilities are for?
Yes, sir. But not with such enjoyment.
What do you mean, enjoyment?
He whistles, he sighs, he spits, and he jiggles.
Jiggles, huh?
Jiggles. He has no shame.
That's a problem.
It's a national disgrace.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I mean, it's a urinal, not a cathedral.
Ah, men, you are all the same. And when you are not jiggling, you are watching football. Go!
This wasn't going to be easy. The lady clearly needed years of Jungian analysis, and I didn't have time to wait. So what do?
I'm a brain surgeon. What do you think?
I think you look after this pissoir.
Zut alors! No flies on you, monsieur.
Long as I don't go in there.
And just what is that supposed to mean? Huh?
Whoa, my mistake. I backed off. It's a well-known fact that toilet attendants account for the majority of homicides in France. Must be the bleach blocks. You take pride in your work?
This pissoir is the cleanest and most hygienic in all France.
That must take a lot of dedication.
Yes, sir. In this job, the harder you work, the more other people just pass water upon your efforts.
I know the feeling. It's all very well having urinals here if I want to... But if a guy wants to, you know...
You shall have to use facilities elsewhere, monsieur. As you can see, the toilets were damaged in the earth tremor. Now wash your hands.
É, não vai fazer que nem a Nico. Se tem andaime, deve ter algum lugar para subir aqui. Tem uma escada ali em cima também.
Hey,
What? Who, me?
what do you think you're doing up there?
Admiring the view. I can see right into your pissoir from here.
Pervert. Get down from there before I call the police.
Okay, I'm coming. Hi again. Any good gutters around here?
Quoi? A gutter?
Yeah, a common roadside gutter. I need to whiz, lady.
A whiz? What is this whiz, monsieur? Mon Dieu! You mean you wish to... in a gutter? But monsieur, you have already used the facilities.
Don't remind me. It's just that when nature calls, there's sometimes a bit of an echo. You know what I mean?
Why, in the name of all that is hygienic, do you want to use a gutter? When there is a perfectly clean pissoir here.
That might pass for clean in the old world, lady. But I'd rather whiz in a gutter any day.
This is an outrage. I shall investigate.
You do that.
Ela voltou, mas não brigou com ele.
A length of rope hung from the scaffolding. You never know when you might need a length of rope.
Hey, you up there!
Oh, hi there!
I will not have some peeping Toms spying on my customers while they do their business.
Hey, I'm not spying on anybody.
Want to explain that to the police?
No, not really. Coming down.
Mon Dieu, so help me! Hey, Alphonse, what do you think you're doing, idiot?
What do you mean?
You cut off the compressor.
While the workman was looking the other way, I borrowed his sewer key. Funny, every time I get involved in saving the world, I turn into a kleptomaniac.
Look, Alphonse, I am tired of arguing with you. Just be sure it doesn't happen again, huh?
Pegar a chave de esgoto com a...
I didn't have the horsepower to lift that cover, but I knew something that did.
Hey, what are you doing?
Just setting something up. You'll love this.
You've anchored the van.
Let me ask you a hypothetical question. Your driver
Alphonse, damn his cowardly liver.
is scared of earthquakes, right? What would he do if there was an earthquake right now?
He'd slam the truck into gear and get out of here like... Oh,
That's right. With a manhole following him home.
he would never live it down.
Is that a bad thing?
No, that's what sells your crazy scheme to me.
Ele que tem que falar pro cara?
Earthquake! Earthquake!
Magnifique! I don't know what I'll tell the insurance people, monsieur, but it was worth it.
Sprinkling sunshine into people's lives. I guess that was what I lived for. But right now, the sewer beckoned.
Oh, que saudade.
The inscriptions in the arches probably once told the truth about the extermination of the Templars. Like a lot of truths, time had blurred it. There was nothing I could do with the ancient archway that wouldn't have upset archaeologists. A big, spooky skull stared out at me. The mouth looked out of proportion. I didn't like the idea of putting my hand in the skull's mouth. But hey, what the heck? I was only risking mutilation. No blade took my hand off at the wrist, and no spider bit me, for which I was very grateful. But there was nothing in there to help me either.
Alguma coisa para usar. Cilindro de pedra. Não tem outra coisa. Carvão da sorte é que não.
The skull's mouth had the same shape as the stone cylinder. Aha! I could write a book on secret doors. I really could.
Agora ele está no subterrâneo de uma igreja mesmo, né? Primeira vez que ele entrou, o subterrâneo eram umas cavernas, eram umas coisas. Era do lado também, né? Não era bem nessa entrada.
Oh my God! Something truly nasty had happened here. A trail of blood led round the corner. There was a large pool of blood on the floor. We weren't talking chickens here. A trail of blood led away. Either someone had crawled away or been dragged. I'd arrived too late. Cesaro and his men had shown no mercy for these poor souls. How could anyone do this? Cesaro's men had shown no mercy. A fire had been burning. It was still smoldering. The attack must have happened within the last few hours. An unfinished chess game. There were only two pieces left, a bishop and a king. It was a no-win situation. I just wanted to leave him in peace. It was one of the Templars. He'd been badly beaten.
Que bom que a nossa pia veio.
The sink was full of dirty, used mugs. The attack had obviously been sudden and unexpected. The microwave's oven control panel was smashed, but the 10-second button was still intact. Only useful if you needed to cook something for less than a minute, of course. It was a very expensive coffee machine. Cesaro's men had smashed it up pretty good. I guess they didn't like coffee.
A minha máquina de café.
It was too beaten up to work. My heart was racing enough already. I didn't need coffee. It was one of the Templars. He'd been badly beaten. Cesaro's men had shown no mercy. I didn't want to, but I had to search the body. The only thing on him was an old rusty key.
Eu fiquei bravo. Ah, como fizeram isso com a minha máquina de café. Mas essa máquina é francesa, não é italiana, então não deve ser a minha.
Just as I'd feared, Cesaro had arrived first. One of Cesaro's men was guarding the kitchen. I couldn't get through while he was there. I was gonna have to find a way to distract him.
O que eu peguei do frade templário lá? Uma velha chave de ferro. É dessa porta mesmo, do refeitório?
This was one serious door. It looked strong enough to hold a wild bull.
Eu tenho que Ele chamou a atenção para os 10 segundos do micro-ondas. Eu tenho que ligar os 10 segundos do micro-ondas e nesse tempo de 10 segundos escapar daqui antes que o guarda venha. E enquanto o guarda estiver aqui dentro, fechar a porta e trancar com a chave. Detesto essas coisas cronometradas.
The microwave suddenly sprang into life. It was going to make a noise. I had to hide. Fast.
Conseguiu se esconder, né? Não ficou na porta de cara batida na parede.
Mission accomplished. The guy was now trapped in the room.
Mas não que agora eu ame essas missões.
The guard had sat down to a hearty meal. Beans, egg, some chicken. How could anyone sit down to eat a meal surrounded by this carnage?
As lareiras eram desse tamanho, né? As lareiras das instalações medievais que a gente viu. Mas aqui era um túnel, nem era uma lareira. Ainda tem sangue aqui no chão. Ele está em outro lugar agora? Está, né?
That was strange. The blood trail led to the wine rack, but then completely disappeared. No pool of blood, no body, no nothing.
Todas as garrafas brilham. Vamos ver. Controlando pelo page down aqui. Essa primeira aqui com vermelho.
It was a bottle of Italian wine. Modena Lambrusco.
Vinho italiano. O verde de baixo.
It was a bottle of Israeli wine. Carmel Sauvignon Blanc.
Israel. O azul de cima.
It was a bottle of French wine. Chateau Barentois.
França. Do extremo oposto ali.
It was a bottle of French champagne. Montagne de Rennes.
Reims. Também francês.
It was a bottle of German wine. Wiesbaden.
E alemão. Israel é o que mais me chama a atenção, mas Alemanha também. Vocês devem lembrar do que o Lubinot explicou sobre São Estevão, né? Deve ter no diário. O cavaleiro Estevão transportou uma relíquia de Israel, viajando pela Itália, Alemanha e a região de Reims, antes de entregá-la à preceitoria de Berentoir. Então, Israel, Itália, Alemanha, Reims e Berentoir. Eu vou ter que olhar tudo de novo.
It was a bottle of Israeli wine. Carmel Sauvignon Blanc.
Yes. Depois era Itália?
It was a bottle of French wine. Chateau Belentois. It was a bottle of Italian wine. Modena Lambrusco.
Tá, então este. Israel, Itália. Agora eu tenho que achar a Alemanha. Que eu acho que é este.
It was a bottle of German wine.
É.
Wiesbaden.
Agora Reims. Deve ser esse que está brilhando mesmo.
It was a bottle of French wine.
Não.
Chateau
esse é o
Belentois.
último. Belentois. Tá, é o champanhe.
It was a bottle of French champagne.
Reims.
Montagne de Reims. Hey, presto! To my delight, the wine rack moved to reveal a secret passage. The blood trail continued.
Ah, Stobart. We knew you would come.
Hey, you're the guy who mugged me outside the theater.
We had to have the key of Solomon. Now listen to me. Susaro is more powerful than we thought. There isn't much time. You must find the others. Protect the key.
Where is it?
Look for the statue. It hides the...
Hides what? I wasn't gonna get any more from the guy.
Procure a estátua. Na sala dos fantasmas? Relógio.
The broken clock had stopped at 3:42. Cesaro's men must have been here for at least an hour. They must have been desperate. Hardly anything had been left untouched. The clock was smashed so badly it was beyond repair. They'd looked everywhere for the key. I hope they found it.
Direto pra boca do lobo.
It was a large, illuminated Bible. Each handwritten page must have taken days. If Grandpa Stobart could see me now, he'd sure be proud. Closest I've been to a Bible in years. Guess I just preferred thrillers. I like this version, though. Had some pretty pictures in it.
Sai daí, guarda.
The clock was large, beautiful, and useless. It didn't work. The key to adjust the time had been left in the clock face. I set the clock to 3:42, the time I'd seen on the smashed clock. Nothing happened. I entered the time that corresponded to the date this place was dedicated to St. Stephen. It was around 12:47. That didn't work. It was a medieval tapestry depicting a knight on his horse. It reminded me of a manuscript I once found.
Não vai abrir de novo aquele manuscrito. Nem sem querer.
A finely carved statue of a knight of the Templar Order. Not very flattering. I couldn't see any levers or buttons.
Esse outro tem um prato embaixo, é o único.
It was a large statue of a man. Maybe this was the statue the Templar had been trying to tell me about. Below the statue, on the plinth, was a brass plaque. The plaque indicated that the statue was of St. Stephen. Below his name was a quote, "Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand." Revelation. Now, when I was a boy, Grandpa Stobart, or to give him his full title, the Very Reverend Archie Stobart, had insisted I went to Bible class. So Revelation was no revelation to me.
Ai, ai, ai. Então, Revelations, ele tem que voltar na Bíblia. Correndo todo aquele risco de novo.
I flicked through the good book looking for the right chapter. Aha! Revelations. Now, where is it? Got it. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. Chapter 1, verse 3. 1:03. I entered the time suggested by the verse from the Bible, chapter 1, verse 3. Nothing. I was running out of ideas. Then a sound caught my attention. Sliding statues, ancient mechanisms. You didn't get this kind of thing back in Idaho. Behind the statue, a flight of stairs was going up. Well, here goes.
Seize him!
Whoa!
Let him go. Come in, Monsieur Stobbart. We've been expecting you.
Who are you?
I am the preceptor of the temple.
The chapter of St. Stephen?
Very good. Your deductions brought you here, as we knew they would.
My deductions also tell me you've got the key of Solomon.
We did have it, briefly, but alas, it has been taken again.
Cesaro.
He attacked swiftly and with overwhelming force. My men fought bravely, but it was not enough. A few of us retreated here to hide. A few miserable survivors.
Why is the key so important?
You know of the armillary?
Some?
Cesaro has set the armillary in motion. He will use the key to release the dragon energy in an enormous burst, which he will then harness to fulfill his own desires.
So where's the armillary? Surely all we have to do is go there and turn the damn thing off.
The whereabouts of the armillary have been long forgotten. 3 ancient stones hold the secret to its location.
Don't tell me. You lost them too?
We have 1 stone.
Show me. Bingo. I do believe we've got the other 2.
It is said that the 3 stones are linked. With the stones there is a chance.
What can I do to help?
We will send our best knight, chivalrous, tenacious, and unswerving in his determination to fight evil.
Well, whoever this guy is, he's gonna need a hand.
That is for him to decide.
A espada quebrada!
Hi, guys.
George, are you okay?
Just about. I went down below Montfaucon. They led me to a secret Templar base, and Andre, you were right. The Templars did survive.
Of course.
The original St. Stephen chapter.
But they must have been hundreds of years old.
My little chickpea, it doesn't mean the people themselves were original.
Oh,
Trouble is, Cesaro beat me to it. He's got the key of Solomon. He's probably already on his way to the armillary.
did you find its location?
No. If the Templars ever knew it, it's long been forgotten. They did give me another of the alphabet stones, though.
Another clue.
Not only that, they, knighted me.
What?
Knighted, as in made me a knight.
Extraordinary.
That's how it felt.
Did they do it with a sword?
Yep, whole shebang. Arise, Sir George. What do you think, Nico?
I'm speechless.
I guess if you and me were married, that'd make you a lady.
Very funny. So what should we call you? Your Highness?
My liege?
Oh, shucks, let's not be formal. Lord Stobbart of Idaho will do for now.
Lord Stobbart de Idaho.
I'd forgotten just how beautiful Nico was. Do you have any fresh ideas?
I'm as stumped as you are, George.
Have you noticed how Andre has changed lately? He's almost charming.
Beatrice has addled his mind.
You don't like Beatrice much, do you?
She's a silly, over-made-up, underdressed little girl.
Ouch.
I just think Andre could do better for himself. That's all.
Com ciúme do amigo, né? Diz que é amigo, né?
Any idea what the symbols on the alphabet stones could mean?
No. Even Andre's not able to help with this.
It's so frustrating. We know the armillery's somewhere in Egypt.
So maybe we should look at a map of Egypt.
And you just happen to have one handy, I suppose.
Well, while you were out getting knighted, we found a DVD filled with satellite maps.
Cool.
Here it is.
So let's take a look at Egypt.
We thought satellite maps would more closely represent the Egypt of thousands of years ago.
There aren't any ley line maps by any chance.
This is scientific fact, George.
Looks like it needs bringing up to date.
You can't deny the evidence, Andre.
Just when you think you understand the way the world works.
I'm always finding the same thing about women.
Hey,
Sorry, where were we?
look! There's Northern Africa.
Que a gente tá vendo lá? Se é delta? Tô vendo o delta do Nilo ali.
Nico, look there. The psi symbol looks like the Nile
Ó,
Delta.
delta do
You're
Nilo.
right, George. Let's have a closer look at that section.
É, o ômega tá ali no meio.
Nico, there's another match.
The omega symbol is just like that bend in the river.
Let's have a closer look.
Só sobrou alfa.
I'm a bit stumped this time, George.
Could be a dead end.
No. Look at the arrangement of those ruins.
They seem to be arranged in a cross, but not quite.
They're like the points on the Alpha Stone.
I wondered what they meant.
That can't be right. One of them is missing.
Exactly. The missing point is the location we're looking for.
So, we just read the map reference.
And we have the location of the armillery.
Well done, George.
Thanks, Andre. Come on, Nico. We have to stop Cesaro.
One of us should be patrolling, you know.
Yeah, you're right. Off you go then.
Oh, thanks.
No, I mean, I'd love to help, but, well, strong sunlight makes me blotchy.
Well, use your sunblock then.
Well, that makes me blotchy too.
You're pathetic. How did you ever get to be a henchman?
This is the place, all right. So, what's the plan?
I thought it was your turn to think of one.
I'm sure it was yours.
I guess we'll just have to do what we always do.
Wing it?
I prefer the word improvise. That doesn't look like a proper entrance. Cesaro has tunneled his way into the temple.
Guarded, too. Direct approach is out. Again.
We should scout out the rest of the area.
Great idea! Did you bring the cloak of invisibility?
Damn! I left it in a bag of forgetfulness.
Nico!
Oh.
Hey, did you hear something?
No?
I could have sworn... You'd best go and look.
Oh, right. Me? Why me? You're the one with the overactive imagination.
Out of the two of us, who's scarier?
Ah, but I also get sunburn, remember?
Okay, I'll do it.
Oh, great. Now the guard's patrolling.
That was fun.
Wasn't it? By the way, the guards asked me to thank you for waking him up.
Oh, that? It was nothing.
Nico and I had been through a lot together. Hey, Nico? If Cesaro gets all that power, what do you think he'll be able to do?
I don't know. I don't want him to get the chance to find out either.
I wonder if we'll run into Petra, too.
There's an expression on your face when you say that which I really don't like.
Well, she is kind of...
Think very carefully before you finish that sentence.
a psychotic, scheming killer.
Good. Just remember that.
E nunca se esqueça disso. Opa!
It was an exposed area of stonework where you could see the blocks beneath.
George, what's that?
Where?
There, inscribed on that stone.
She was right. Carvings were just visible on one of the stones. See the symbols? Look.
The Nile Delta, the Alpha, and the Omega.
We're on the right trail. I couldn't work any of the blocks loose with my bare hands.
Ah, o bastão de ferro, então? Nada a ver com as pedras? Isso era só uma indicação de que era aí?
I was sort of expecting to excavate my way in.
George, look!
The last thing I expected was that the blocks were really a door. This was the endgame. As we entered the tunnel, I wondered what was waiting for us.
Tell me that wasn't the entrance ceiling behind us.
But Nico, it was.
Just tell me.
Hey, lucky that wasn't the entrance ceiling behind us, or we could be entombed here for eternity.
Thanks, George. By the way, have you got the torch?
The flashlight? No, I thought you had it.
No, we swapped on the plane.
But then we swapped again in the truck.
Aha, but we swapped again on the walk.
Nico?
You're right. Let's just feel our way around.
Hey, what's this? Feels nice.
George.
Right, sorry.
Mon Dieu. Look at all these guys.
Must have been some party.
Seems to be an easy place to die in.
I wouldn't worry. Well, not yet, anyway. Give it another 5 minutes.
How are we going to get out?
We'll be okay. Hey, did I ever tell you about that one time in Syria?
At length. Sometimes with diagrams.
Yo! Where did he come from?
I am Anubis, guardian of the temple.
Wezou,
Anubis?
biribó!
But he was the god who guarded the underworld.
Wezou,
But the core
Anubis!
says underworld to me.
If you come to this place, then you seek power.
Some kind of ancient hologram.
But power may be bestowed only on those with the authority to use it, and the wisdom to bear its burden. You must pass 2 tests to prove that you are ready. In this chamber, you shall prove your authority to go onwards.
And if we can't?
It's a recording, George.
Yeah, I know. Just trying to get a dialogue going here.
I think you scared him off.
Strange how he spoke in English.
English? He spoke in perfect French.
Fala na linguagem que cada entende.
Hey, Nico. Another day, another ancient temple complex. Hey, Nico?
Please don't start with your tales of daring do around the world, George. I am really not in the mood.
What twists somebody up into a psycho like Petra?
Who cares?
You think maybe with psychiatric help, maybe...
She's a fully functional killer and she loves it. You didn't see her luggage. She carries tools to dismantle people.
Well, that doesn't mean she's a bad person.
Yes, it does. Now shut up about her.
Se Se é que tem amor à vida. As 3 pedras agora.
It was beautifully made. Massive, but beautifully made. The door was massive and sealed. It would have taken explosives to get through. Plenty of explosives. I inserted the fishy alpha stone. It went home with a satisfying click. I inserted the stone with the Nile Delta marking. Yep, that goes there, sure enough. I inserted the stone with the Omega marking. Yep, that's where it belongs, all right. Hey, Nico, we're on a roll.
Just as well we had the symbols of authority. The temple priests must have carried them back when the early pharaohs used this place.
No wonder people thought they were gods. That test had been almost too easy. I hated to think what might follow. We found ourselves in another chamber. It looked like one of those puzzles psychologists spring on kids. Except bigger. Fancy a game? You start. Ow! I wish he wouldn't do that.
You have shown that you have the authority to reach this point. Now you must show that you have the wisdom to progress further.
We're screwed then.
Listen.
Attend to my tale of Horus, the lawkeeper. Once, Horus walked in the land of men. By the banks of the Nile, he discovered a guardian of the watch with a murderer in his custody. A frightened witness to the crime, and the dead man's brother who was pressing the charge. The guardian wished to take the criminal, the witness, and the victim's brother to the tribunal building that stood on the far bank. There is no ferryman here, the guardian told Horus. How may I take this man to meet justice? Horus replied, I shall carry you across. Yet there are 3 of them, mighty Horus, said the guardian. The dead man's brother is full of wrath, and will surely strike down the accused if they are left together. And if the malefactor is even once left alone with the witness, he will surely put fear into the witness, and a trial will found him. Thus, putting his faith in the wisdom of Horus, the guardian took his leave. So Horus considered for a time. Then he carried his 3 charges across the river, back and forth, and in 7 degrees carried them all across. So that the murderer and the witness were never once left together out of the presence of Horus. Nor yet were the brother and the murderer left together out of the presence of Horus. And the witness gave his evidence without fear or corruption, and justice was served. Thus mark the wisdom of Horus. Your trial is to echo that wisdom. My tale is laid out, ready to be retold, degree by degree. Fail, and you will progress no further. But mark me, deceit, improbity, or malfeasance are prohibited.
What did he say?
The guy's clearly a lawyer. It means no cheating.
They will be punishable by death.
Or a judge.
And his associates shall be ejected from this place, never again to be granted entrance.
É como Abade isso, o Enigma do Rio, não. O lobo, o coelho e a alface. Só o lobo e a alface podem ficar juntos. Aqui o assassino, o irmão da vítima e a testemunha. Só a testemunha e o irmão da vítima podem ficar juntos. Levar para o outro lado do rio para o julgamento de Horus. Primeiro o assassino porque ele não pode ficar com nenhum dos dois.
Put the killer on Horace, please.
Ah, e daí o painel. Certo.
The first crossing of the river.
Volta sozinho.
The second crossing of the river.
Acho que agora tanto faz, né? Levar o irmão.
Put the brother on Horace, please.
E aí trazer o assassino de volta.
The third crossing of the river.
Put the killer on Horace, please.
The fourth crossing of the river.
Horace, please take the witness.
Volta sozinho e leva o assassino e tá com os três lá.
The fifth crossing of the river. The sixth crossing of the river.
Put the killer on Horace, please.
You've done it, George.
Well, obviously.
There's a glow up ahead. This could be it.
What if we don't succeed?
Come on, George. It's only the future of the planet.
Yeah, that's right. No big deal.
This is taking too long, Oswald.
You want it quick or you want it right?
Both.
There. Just one final turn.
What are you waiting for?
I am scared. That is why I am waiting.
Turn it.
There can be no going back.
Turn it, Ostwald.
In just 24 hours, the dragon energy will burst through.
And I shall have it. Do it now. The cavalry. How tiresome. Flap, kill them.
Okay, boss. Oh, wow!
Ow! Ouch, that hurt. Hey, Nico. How about that?
He was a frail old man, George.
Yeah, but he had a big stick. It's good to see you, Bruno.
I like your timing.
That was Nico. She takes days to pack.
How did you find me?
The St. Stephen chapter. Or what was left of him.
They had the third stone, yes?
Right. So this is what it's all been about, huh?
It is most remarkable piece of engineering.
Where's the sharp end?
There is no sharp end. Both ends are very blunt.
No, I mean, where does the energy come out?
Ah, not here. The pulse can come anywhere in the world on the dragon lights.
I get it. And this thing tells you where.
Precisely.
So is it safe? Now?
Oh, yes. Left alone, it will just power down.
For another 12,000 years?
No, I think forever. We must make sure another Cesaro doesn't come along.
What now, George?
How about taking that trip to New York we always promised ourselves?
No, I meant, what do we do with Cesaro?
Him? Oh, hand him over to the cops, I guess.
We've still got to find Petra.
Get away from there.
Problem solved, I believe.
Hey, George, it's your favorite blonde.
Shut up.
My dear, what kept you?
I had some loose ends to tie up.
Never mind. You are here. Ostwald, start.
What should I do now?
What do you mean? Kill them, of course.
I wasn't talking to you.
What?
She was talking to me, Cesaro.
No.
Cannot be.
The Grand Master.
Hey, didn't we drop a church on you?
So many familiar faces. I'm quite touched.
Petra, explain. I thought you were loyal.
Not to you.
Never trust a woman in a wig, Cesaro.
It was Petra who found me trapped in the rubble. Petra who nursed me back from the edge of death.
So, you were a spy all along.
With friends like that, who needs enemies?
Your plan shows an ingenuity that impresses even me.
And now you will steal my work just as it reaches fruition?
You stole my organization. It seems only fair.
I will not return obediently to your side.
I did not expect you to. You were never one of the sheep, Cesaro. You were always the wolf.
I'm flattered.
Don't be. It means I cannot use you.
Holy crap.
Now, if you will forgive me, I have to go.
Shame. But hey, if you're in the neighborhood, drop by.
Petra, make the final adjustment, please.
You spoke too soon, George.
We are near the end. The day of days.
Well, what's to stop us just turning the thing off again?
Be my guest. It has done its work. The pulse will come, and nothing can stop it now.
What will you do with us?
Oh, I'm a reasonable man. I'll give you all the same chance George and Nico gave me when we last met.
If anybody tries to follow us, I'll kill them in a heartbeat.
What did he mean? The same chance we gave him. We didn't give him any chance at all.
Exactly. It looked like everything depended on Nico and me again. Oh, and Bruno this time. Hey, Nico! I can't believe the Grandmaster's not dead. What do we have to do to that guy to make him take a hint?
Bruno, you know him better than us.
Do not be reminding me.
Does he have any weaknesses?
He is a cold, methodical planner, which makes his rages all the more dangerous. He is vain, but he knows it and guards against vanity being his downfall.
Weaknesses, Bruno. We're looking for weaknesses.
He has none. Malevolent, ruthless, capable of profound evil.
He sounds like a CEO.
He used to be one.
Nico, I've kind of gone off Petra. Seeing her cozying up to the Grand Master like that was just creepy.
Glad you've seen the light, George.
Flat. He was out for the count. Cesaro?
He's dead.
Bruno was looking a little ragged after his ordeals. Hey, Bruno! Bruno, assuming we get out of here,
We must.
how are we supposed to stop the Grand Master?
I am no hero, George. You must find your own strategy.
What do you make of all this weird science?
Far in advance of anything we have.
Strange that the Grand Master destroyed it. It must be worth billions.
I think when he has the dragon power, he will have no need of money.
I wasn't leaving the Key of Solomon for anyone else to use.
Ah, ele já pegou a chave de Salomão. É isso, às vezes ele fala e já pegou as coisas. Agora lá no castelo, aquele cartão da Petra. Opa.
Bomb! Get down! Take cover!
Are you all right, George?
Not sure. Are we dead yet?
He is vandal, barbarian.
Is there any way out of here?
Oh, my head. Let's have a look around.
Where is Flap?
Under the rubble, I guess.
We don't have time to find out. We have to get after the Grand Master right now.
I guess you're right. I'll try and find a way out.
You do that. And George,
Yeah?
if you see anything that looks like a bomb, stay away from it this time, okay?
Gee, I'll try.
Ah, tem cubos aqui embaixo para deslocar. Esse dá para deslocar, mas por enquanto ainda não sei por que eu deslocaria. Aonde que tem outro cubo por aqui de pedra que eu possa carregar e que precise passar por cima daquele, porque aquele está embaixo, né? Tem esse daqui em cima. Mas espera aí, você vai levar isso para onde? Aonde você precisa subir? É que não tem como... Ali naquele canto, será? Aqui vai fazer um degrau, mas... É muito mal feito isso, porque a gente ia carregar os blocos para cá sem saber que precisava fazer isso. Então primeiro esse bloco vai ter que vir aqui para o lado, para o outro deslizar sobre ele. Não, mas daí não vai dar certo para chegar lá. Eu ia precisar de 2 blocos aqui embaixo para poder deslizar o de cima. Ou ele tem que vir por aqui. Tem que vir aqui pelo lado. É, passando pela Nico e pelo professor. Mas para fazer isso, acho que ele vai ter que deslizar aqui, onde está demolido. É, primeiro aqui. Depois vai lá por trás e esse daqui. Este. Ah, sim. Ah, sim.
The bomb's broken through into the river puzzle room. We can get out this way. Nico, come on, we gotta hurry.
Melhor a
Just
gente
a minute,
correr,
George.
mamãe.
Look at the sphere.
The lines converge in the south of England.
Where could that be?
Glastonbury!
Of course!
The Tor must be the epicenter.
We knew where we were heading next. All we had to do was get out of the temple.
What place is this? That Anubis figure. Amazing.
But mark me, deceit, improbity, or malfeasance are prohibited.
It looked a lot more amazing when it was working properly.
I wonder how long before it fails altogether and the lights go out.
Thanks. There's nothing so bad it couldn't get worse, huh?
And if we get out, how do we get to Glastonbury? There's so little time.
Don't worry about that. I've got a friend who can help.
You have shown that you have the authority to proceed this far. Now you must show that you have the wisdom to progress further. And are punishable by death. Once Horace walked in the land of
George, what do you think you're doing?
I'm getting you and Bruno out of here.
Didn't you hear what Anubis said? If you cheat, it will...
I know what will happen.
There must be another way out of here.
Maybe. But we won't find it quickly, and we don't have time. Right now, the Grand Master is heading for Glastonbury. You know what'll happen if we don't stop him?
For the love of God, George, you can't do this.
Don't make it more difficult for me, please, Nico.
Hold on. Where's Bruno? Bruno!
Bruno, what are you doing?
Exactly as you were, George, but without the bickering.
Nobody needs to sacrifice themselves.
Much responsibility for what has happened lies with me. I helped the Grand Master in his quest for power. I am not really ready for death, but perhaps I am ready for redemption.
No! We won't let you!
I hope you are more effectual against the Grand Master.
You have defiled this temple.
Yes, I have.
It's only a recording.
George,
You will suffer the wrath of Anubis for your insolence.
Let my friends go. They had no part of it.
And you shall be cast out, never to enter the sacred place again.
Yeah? We're not going without him.
If you do not go, George, it will kill all of us. You must leave.
Leave or die.
I can't. I can't just...
Leave or die.
it's too late, George!
If you die, then this really has all been for nothing, Stoddart.
I know, I just...
Stop the Grand Master.
Goodbye, Bruno. I know. We've got to go. Just give me a minute, okay? Harry had taken my advice and invested in a proper plane at last, which was lucky. Nothing had prepared us for the conditions back in England.
Well, let's have a little look-see where we are. Bullseye!
My God!
Hang on, fellas. It's gonna be a rough one. Glastonbury High Street, ladies and gentlemen. All change, all change.
I don't remember ordering a taxi.
Nice landing, Harry.
Thanks, George. And you know what? I took your advice and had it insured.
I say, if it isn't our American friend.
Oh, hello, Colonel.
Don't be shy, dear boy. I owe you a drink.
You do?
Damn right. Things looked up the minute we met. Lisa! Here you are, my dear. Your Yank.
Hello, George.
Hello, Melissa.
Lissy told me how you saved her from that damned hippie. Cheered me up no end. Haven't been home since. Got a room in the pub. Lissy works here, too. So, what do you have it?
Colonel, I'd love to, but if you don't mind, I have to save the world.
Fair enough. From the look of it, it needs saving today. How about you?
You're talking my language, mate. Just a half, mind.
Ah, a colonial. Say hello to Melissa. She's all heart.
Yeah, I bet she is. Hi, Melissa.
Hello, Harry.
Tell me, dear boy, are you married?
I'm not, but I'm open to offers.
Good show.
Come on, Nico. We have to stop the Grand Master.
Então por hoje é isso. Vamos ficando por aqui depois de tantas peripécias. O Ezou Biribó, agradecendo a presença, o apoio, as dicas, a torcida, desejando boa noite, até amanhã. Por enquanto eu fui.